All right, guys. We've got ourselves a semi-finals match here in Ham Cup, 1300 USD on the line, and a bunch of the top players in the world. We've got Liquid Clem down here in the bottom right of the map, and he's going up against BYUN in the top left. This is going to be interesting because BYUN comes in as a big favorite, but the last times they've been playing, Clem has bested him a few times recently. I still think it's BYUN favored heavily all time. And the big problem I've noticed is even when Clem has a good start to the series, he sometimes kind of, I would say he like burns hard and fast at the start of the series, looks really good, might win a game, and then get ahead in the second game, and then it's like the fire kind of goes out and he starts to lose a bit of confidence and he just starts to make a few more misplays. So for me, I really just hope he brings the same consistent level throughout this series because he's shown some amazing potential recently. So I want to see what he can do and build off of that. It does feel like his TvT has been developing a lot, with Spirit really stepping up to the plate and giving a lot more Terran practice in Europe. That's actually the secret, I think, to becoming really, really good at StarCraft. You need the... In Korea, it's Bunny. If you can practice with Bunny, you become really good at beating Terran. In Europe, you need to practice with Spirit. You play with Spirit a lot, you become really good versus Terran there. Reactor first for both sides. This is interesting. Both of them going double Reaper production. High chance of players crashing in the middle map with Mass Reaper and Hellion in this sort of scenario. Sorry guys, just see the screen kind of shimmer a little bit, or is that just my monitor cable being a little bit derpy maybe? You guys can let me know. Hopefully I'll check on my connections at the end of this game. Hopefully I don't have like a power inconsistency or something, because I saw just a little bit of a shimmer on my screen, and I was like, "Ooh, what is that? Is my cable half unplugged? Please no, might be a loose connection." SCV's building on both sides. Looks like still building Reapers, both of them. So it looks like they're both committing pretty damn hard to Reapers. Command center coming up on the natural. Ooh. Okay, Starport starts here for Clem. He actually pulls the mule off. Of course, for those who don't know, the mule, its last trip, it will mine the minerals off the patch and then it'll die halfway home and those minerals just go to oblivion. So pulling that away does technically preserve 25 minerals on the base to be mined later. Tiny detail that can make a big difference in a long game. Uh-oh, Clem split up. Clem dives first, but I think it's a way better fight for BYUN. Ooh, okay. Clem needs to get out. It's an even fight so far. Clem somehow won that. I don't know how. Oh, good spready by BYUN though. Oh, good spready by BYUN. At the end of the day, it looks like an even trade, guys. But Clem keeps an extra Hellion alive and can repair that back up. So I would say a Hellion is a little bit more valuable than a Reaper later on, just simply because it's 30 extra hit points. Doesn't sound like a lot, but generally Reapers and Hellions don't do big damage in big battles. They just end up being a little bit of extra meat in front of your siege tanks and Ravens. So slight victory there for Clem, despite things looking rough at the start. And already a Raven on the way for him. Looks like the Raven... Wait, what? Oh, this is a 2 barracks. Sorry, I didn't even realize he went for the second barracks. So BYUN's going to be playing his Mass Marine medevac map control style, guys. He will get a Raven out, of course, but just a single Raven before swapping into medevac production by the looks of it. Clem looking for a third command center here. He's going to pause tank production. No, doesn't want to take the risk on that. Probably a good choice. BYUN will be looking to build his third base on location. Now, I'm a pretty deep expert with this style, guys, because copied it off Gumiho. BYUN did as well, as far as I know, unless Gumiho got it off BYUN. And it's been the only TvT build I've played for a long time. And BYUN has always been the best at this out of everyone. Gumiho looked pretty okay with it. Maru looks pretty okay with it. BYUN looks like next level. His knowledge of when to just chill and expand, and he'll like take a really fast fourth some games. Other games, he'll really bum rush you with the Marines. But it's all about claiming map control and being able to stay much lower on the Raven count. And in this case, even entirely skip the Ravens and just go straight for a Mass Marine medevac style. Play more like a Zerg player. So Clem's going to be more technical, more high-tier units with the double Ravens into the earlier tank production. But if he moves out and gets caught by those Stim Marines, the game can end very quickly. And the problem for Clem is he doesn't realize it's a 2-barrack style. He doesn't realize that that is the build. And that means if he doesn't have this tank sieged in his main base, he could end up in a lot of trouble. Yeah, it's not on his radar at all. He's not thinking about it. He's only got a Cyclone. All that'll do is damage a medevac. And if he doesn't react quickly, it'll barely even do that, because those Marines can take it out very fast. Oh, he just moved his Cyclone out of the main as well, which means if those guys unload in the Fog of War, this could be a disaster. Oh, his Cyclone will win that fight at least. Here comes the double drop. If they drop in Vision, that's actually really good for Clem. They do. Okay, BYUN does not hide it. Clem needs to react very quickly. If he can pull his SCVs, get up here, drop some auto turrets, he might be okay. Tank in the open. Oh, auto turret goes down. Viking is on top of those medevacs. Another auto turret goes down, but you can see BYUN just slides away from that. Already getting a tank and 9 SCVs, but the Vikings will make this a one-way trip. How much more value can he get? Oh, the focus on the SCVs. Absolutely brutal, and that's why information is half the battle. Clem did not have the information. He was like, yeah, well, there's no builds that hit you at this time, except at the front, so I'll pull my whole army to the front. Worst possible timing for him. Ends up taking a big hit. Now, keep in mind, BYUN's third is quite late, even though it's built on location. So Clem has a chance to recover. He also has more of those tech units. But this is pretty much the dream opening for BYUN. He's got 1-1 on the way, combat shields now. And his tank count's not even behind. He's actually starting his 4th siege tank earlier. Clem's going all in. Clem's going all in, guys. We know that because he's building a Liberator right now. He is basically saying, I'm going to push with tank lib. He needs to start on the tank, though. He's got just Marines building. He's going to go for a big Viking tank push, and BYUN's going to try and counterattack. He sees that with a scan. The instincts. How the hell did BYUN know that push was coming, man? The instincts. I think he just realized, like, look, there's a chance that he comes and just tries to counter kill me. I got to be really careful with my positioning. 2 interference matrices available. If he just double matrixes this and goes, I think it's going to be great for Clem. Oh, we can't just siege up there, though. He's going to wait for the Liberator. Uh-oh. The double drop comes in round 2, and Clem is not happy about that at all. SCVs are pulled to fight from both bases, desperately trying to hang on. Tanks are moving forward. Does get a couple shots off, takes off that siege tank, but oh man, he's destroyed at home, losing his entire economy. Liberated Viking tank marching forward. Notice that BYUN is just moving his tanks forward inch by inch, and he keeps getting shots off on the Marines and Aliens, so he's already shaved off a lot of Clem's units, and his Marines get a bit of damage as well. If he can win the Viking fight, that would be massive. Back at home, the Marines are still causing Clem's issues. They're stimming back in one more time. This has been a technical dismantling by BYUN. I mean, obviously, caught him off guard massively with the double drop, and Clem said, look, I need to do something really dicey. I got to take a big risk. And he went for this big push, but you can see here, the SCVs can now get pulled to defend this. The Matrix will wear off. BYUN will hold this position. And being up at double the worker count, that's a death sentence. Clem does fight pretty well in the early stages, but just did not think about the 2 racks opening, and you got to be wary. BYUN loves that build. Nice game 1 there for BYUN. I mean, that was the dream scenario. 15 SCVs with the double drop, even the Cyclone moving out of position. Oof. Can't wish for more than that. Shopify Rebellion's BYUN looking like a beast. And Clem in the bottom left side. Looks like he's going to be going for a Macarax. What is this? No. Oh, it's the second proxy racks. He likes to build it here, right? I don't know. He's going to build it off to the left. So this is the pretend like you're doing a normal build, but you're actually secretly building a second barracks out in the map. The surprise, mother trucker. That's what we call this build. Doesn't always work out, but especially if BYUN goes reactor first or Reaper into reactor, he can end up in a big bit of trouble. Now, you might say, well, why build the barracks at home? Now, this does give you a smoother transition because you can build an add-on here. It also tricks a player who has CV scouts. I was about to say, I don't know why you'd bother doing that though, because BYUN never SCV scouts. And thankfully I didn't say it, but then I've gone and outed myself. I've admitted what I was about to say. Damn it, I could have pretended to be a smart commentator by lying to you all. Anyways, point being, this is one of the rare games where BYUN SCV scouts. So he doesn't do this very often. And this is actually going to pay off for Clem. Because BYUN's going to be like, oh, completely standard build, no worries. You're just doing a 2-gas build, probably a factory up here on the high ground. Obviously, there's always the chance of it being a 2-Rex Reaper. We'll see how BYUN plays. Factory does start up much earlier for him, of course. The second Reaper is already on the way for Clem. And Clem, he's not going to be as happy that his second Reaper queues up. He'd much prefer a reactor. But if BYUN moves on the map, he could get in trouble. He's scouting right now. Oh, he doesn't see the barracks. Ooh, okay. He doesn't see it. He's like, no, this is normal. I'll just build my command center, and right after I start it, a few Reapers are going to run in and kill the SCV, and then they're going to go after the Reaper potentially as well. Factory is there. Hellion does start, so it's a pretty safe opening for BYUN, but that SCV, easy pickings for CLEM. And the SCV does go down. Oh, nice grenade for BYUN. Doesn't manage to secure the kill, though. CLEM should just send that SCV home. There's no way a 5 hit point SCV influences this fight, right? Oh, he actually gets the cancel because it had just started. That's awesome. Oh, nicely done. I think BYUN could have kept that up if he really wanted to, but this is just him choosing to play exceptionally safe, and that's probably the right way to do it. Reapers and Hellions pumping out. Factory for CLEM is up now as well. He's still building 2 Reapers and a Hellion at a time. BYUN takes a bit of a breather here to go for Reactor Tech Lab. Starts his starport, has his command center rebuilding on the high ground. So CLEM's similar timed command center, and it's on location. Other than that, he's building a lot more army. So he's going to massively outscale BYUN in the army. If BYUN comes down the ramp, he dies. But if he stays up there, I think with good defensive positioning, he should be able to basically just neutralize the numbers advantage. Six Reapers and 2 Hellions. Make it 7 Reapers, in fact, my lord. 7 Reapers, 2 Hellions. That's a lot of units. More than double the Reaper count. But as the Cyclone hits the field and a few Marines, and look at that, BYUN scouts with a single Hellion. Don't go up that ramp, CLEM. I think it's fine for CLEM to just keep these units alive. Good scout by BYUN. I like the conservative plays by BYUN. I feel like he's very good at just kind of tucking his head in when he needs to. Normally known as an aggressive player, but against a guy like CLEM, who is basically YOLO lord of the entire world, the man loves to just attack all game. Even when he plays macro builds, but he still likes to just keep attacking while he's macroing. And I think BYUN's realizing that if he just goes super aggressive game 1, gets a nice easy victory, and then pulls back into a very defensive stance, he can probably wait for CLEM to get overeager and start to make mistakes. Remember, this is a best of 7, guys. This will not be decided off just 1 or 2 games. 4 games to win the series and get that spot in the grand finals of Ham Cup. To find out who makes it so early on day 1, that's what I like about this tournament. Just 3 days. First day, we do 2 quarters and a semi. Next day, 2 quarters and a semi to find the second finalist. And the finals on the final day. CLEM takes a few tank shots. Nothing too crazy. But you can see he's a bit antsy here, right? Definitely, he has historically struggled with putting it back in his pants. Man likes to let it hang out. He's going to dive like a crazy person. He actually clicks on the siege tank and, oh man, I mean, that was... He actually somehow unloaded the medevac. Amazing micro by CLEM. But there's no way 7 Reapers for a siege tank is worth it. Not losing the medevac as well. And he's still out here. What's he doing still out here? Cyclone somehow gets a lock on. He might even get both of those Reapers and save the Cyclone. Okay, CLEM, you are a wizard. What the hell? How did he get that 1 hit point Cyclone out and kill the 2 Reapers with the Hellions? Amazing micro by CLEM, but terrible decision making to jump up that ramp when he'd already shown his hand. That was way too overeager, you know. And I think this, you know, sometimes you try to set up these storylines, you sense things, but you're not really sure if it's going to play out that way. You never know if BYUN's going to be the one who suddenly gets trigger happy. So far, it does feel like CLEM now is forced to swap into a defensive mode. Doesn't want to be there, but he has to. And that's not good, because there's a tank and 2 Ravens on your doorstep. Oh, this is so bad. This is so bad. He just went way too aggressive there. He gave up his unit advantage for free. BYUN says, cool, easy choice to counterattack. And CLEM now, he's going to stim out. He does have stim here. The extra barracks of stim Marines, but oh man, the tank blasts them. And look at this. BYUN seems to just understand the matchup a little bit better than CLEM. He knows when to go aggressive, when to go defensive. CLEM's going to need to chill out. He was in a perfectly fine position. He did not need to make a play happen in that game. All right, guys, welcome back to the Speedrun Challenge. Oh, sorry. I thought this was a semi-finals of a tournament. BYUN, calm down, mate. Stop. Oh, but CLEM was going for the same build as last game and scouts the proxy barracks attempt. Immediately sends 2 more SCVs out. And obviously, BYUN is going to try to get that barracks up, but he shouldn't build a second one. That would be crazy at this point. Any hits on these SCVs is good. He needs 20 more seconds of build time to get that barracks built. BYUN's trying to make sure it gets up. Oh, beautiful float. Actually, no, the SCV can still hit it, man. And he taps out. Oh, okay. Clem, yeah, gets a point on the board. All right, guys, going into the next game. BYUN apparently speedrunning that one for his opponent. And looks like he's going to go back to what he likes on Dragon Scales, which is walling off the ledge. Really good Reaper wall off. Clem in the bottom right side, at least he's got a point on the board. This is just how series go with BYUN. You can't let yourself get tilted or thrown off. Even Maru has lost best of threes in like 15 minutes versus BYUN. There's so much proxying because he's just so good with his micro. And don't get me wrong, guys, if you're playing lower level StarCraft, mid-level StarCraft, you can avoid these sort of TvTs by just skipping the Reaper stage of the game. Just go straight to like reacted Marines or something like that, you know? Go straight to really early Marauders or Cyclones. Units that don't just die to Reapers and Hellions. But these guys really, really struggle to do that because, well, they're not going to just play a turtle noob build. No. Even though that works well even in GM. At a pro level, they want to be mobile. They want to be out of the map. But when you're skirmishing with BYUN, his micro is insane. Clem's micro is also insane and very high top tier. So you've got two of the fastest players out there. Now, I do think BYUN is often known as the best micro player in the world. Clem is probably known as the fastest. Him or Reyna are both very quick, but, you know, if Clem's got control of the game and momentum, it does feel nearly impossible to keep up with him. Reactor first again. BYUN's loving that reactor first opening, man. A lot of people have been asking me, is reactor first into Marines safe? It's not technically 100%, but you know what's even greedier? Reactor first, no scout into double Reaper. Reapers take almost twice as long to build as Marines, but you know that's what BYUN's doing here. He's just rolling a little bit of a dicey dice. He says, yeah, I think I'll get away with it. And with the Reaper wall off, it's much safer. If you get proxied down here with barracks, the Reapers have to run all the way around to try and get into your base, and those extra seconds are invaluable. People in chat are like, what? What happened to game 3? I walked away for 30 seconds to pee. What? Yeah, sorry guys. BYUN tried to proxy Rex literally down the cliff, and Clem scouted it and started killing the SCV, and BYUN just left. So, not the most hype game. Normally you can get an SCV there and still get out. Clem playing a bit more conservatively. Just pulls right back. BYUN goes immediately back to the natural to build that command center. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Clem. Oh, no. Clem. You should know that could happen. You got to go to the right. Oh, this is a problem. Pull back. Clem. Oh, God. Clem's in trobs. I do like that quick micro on the SCV, though. Quick mic. His own Reapers are going to come out. BYUN, if he keeps committing, he could get in trouble. There's 2 SCVs that got pulled as well. Clem has enough to win this fight now. Okay. Losing that Reaper, though, a little bit unfortunate. BYUN gets himself a slight advantage in the early game. He's got more Reapers and Hellions coming out, and he's building more of them as well. Currently up 2 Reapers is BYUN. Clem should be okay with Defender's advantage, but there's a narrow moment here where BYUN's up 2 Reapers. Oh, Clem's in so much trouble, man. Good defensive grenades, and the Hellion comes down the ramp just in time. His own Reapers will come out just in time as well. If he can save those 3 SCVs, it's not too bad for Clem. He's got to pull back that red hit point. Hellion, though. And units lost tab looking amazing for BYUN. He's only lost a Hellion. He's killed an SCV and 3 Reapers. Ooh-wee. Raven does start for Clem. Because that's a little bit later for BYUN building so many Reapers, but he's still on the warpath looking for more damage. The Hellions are all healed up, though, for Clem. And Clem looking pretty okay. He's got to be careful with the angling. Reaper grenades can be deadly on both sides here. 2 SCVs have gone down. I think it's time for BYUN to pull back. BYUN. Oh, if he gets those Hellions out, those Reapers away from the Hellions, he loses 1. Clem tries to pull back his weak Hellion. Loses it, but the second one does manage to get away. Units lost tab looking not as nasty for Clem, but still definitely on the losing side of things. He's down a few SCVs as well. And it feels like the momentum has really slipped away from Clem in this series, just the way these trades are going, right? Feels like BYUN is 1 step ahead. BYUN now adding extra barracks. Whoa. BYUN's adding a 2nd barracks before a 3rd command center. He's going to play a 2-base style, or at least quite heavy on 2-base. Interesting. going to use the factory to build add-ons. I think he's going to go 3 racks, and he's going to look for some big push while Clem's going for a more standard third command center play. This is old school. We don't see this very often. It's good to mix it into a series, though. It really keeps your opponent on their toes and could just get a surprise victory, because you see Cyclones, you see Ravens as Clem. You think you're in a pretty standard game, and then he's just going to come out with a much quicker stim, shields, and a big pack of Marines than you're used to facing. But as I say that, he goes third command center off just 2 barracks. So it's just a little bit extra Marine production. Not a crazy, just a little bit of extra faster Marine production and stim. But he's still building 2 Ravens. Just a little bit of a deviation. Supply's not too bad for Clem. And his work account's pretty similar. I don't feel he's way behind in this game, guys. He's really not. It's the momentum mentally. Like, there's a psychological thing when you lose the game 1 to the double drop sneaking in your main. Just, 15 workers. Oh, I'm dead. Game 2 just disappears like that. And when the early game, you just lose a few trades like this one, I definitely feel like Clem is going to have to get out of his own head. He does get nervous playing tournaments. He's talked about how he struggles to perform, especially at LAN tournaments. This one's online, so hopefully he can just kind of get his head sorted out. It's always a tough matchup. BYUN is such an expert at TvT. Years practicing in Korea, which has always been the best talent pool for high-level Terran players. Double drop goes down the right side. It's a very late double drop. Still has the chance of big potential damage. Ravens get spotted moving out. Cyclone gets a lock on. Oh, interference matrix is cute. And oh, Hellions get caught. Oakley Dokley. Ned Flanders Hellions wandering into a dangerous party. Reaper jumps in, gets shut down. Still not much scouting there for Clem, who, seeing this drop, has got to wonder, is there no third command center? Is this some sort of crazy 2-base play? For now, look at that tank positioning. 1 in the main, 1 in the natural, another one there next to the production. Very nice save play by Clem. And I like him just delaying taking his third. Until he sees this third moving out for BYUN, he doesn't really know how committed BYUN is, so he's like, yeah, we got to chill. Complete. Reaper's going to chase him back. Uh-oh. Oh, no, run left, run left. Okay, good choice by Clem to run left. And he gets on the right side of the grenades, which is really good for him. I think he saw the third base as well, even if he didn't see it landed. Cyclone's still there. Clem, don't go in there. Don't go in there. That Cyclone's never leaving, man. That Cyclone's never leaving. Scan on the natural. He sees the extra barracks coming in. I worry that Clem is really missing the picture, guys. Ravens are going to dive the main. I think he thinks this is a 2-base play. But actually, if he did, the Raven dive does not make sense. He built 4 Ravens this game. This is a 4 Raven build. The SCV is trying to fight against that many auto turrets. Not a good idea. Run, BYUN. Running is your only choice against this many auto turrets coming in. Oh, he gets another auto turret in the main. Another one trying to go down up there. Oh, man. Lots of worker kills, but it's not free, dude. That's all of his Raven energy gone. Or is there still 2 Ravens with 3 interference matrices here for BYUN? The Ravens could throw 1 more turret on the way out if they want to, but looks like they want to head home. Still super turtle up as Clem. He's playing so safe. I like that he's seen the third base now. Oh, no, he's getting caught. He's getting caught. As I say, he's playing so safe. He doesn't realize there's an army on his side of the map. Oh, Clem lacking map control gets punished, man. He also, I don't think he stemmed his Marines at any point in those battles. Those Marines in the natural could have stemmed there. He's going to chase it down, though. Interference matrix on the medevac. Unfortunately, though, look at that. BYUN 2 Marines, focus down 2 Ravens. Beautiful play by BYUN. And Clem's going to use another matrix. Watch it. No, he's going to go auto turret. Clem absolutely horny as right now. He wants to hunt this down, but he chases a little bit too far. BYUN says, I want that 3rd Raven, or 4th Raven, I should even say. Marines once again not stimming for Clem and chasing too far. Clem's got to put it away right now. He's got to holster this Marine tank army, get back, defend the 3rd, and stabilize. Behind it, BYUN is on 73 workers, going to 8 barracks. BYUN has the momentum and he ain't going to let it go. Wait, did Stim actually not upgrade? He actually didn't make, whoa, what? It's that late? I had no idea Stim was that late. That's crazy. That's a huge oversight from Clem. That must have just been something he somehow forgot. I think just the pressure is so high. He's trying to land the Vikings on the tanks and the Marines. Tanks trying to siege forward right now. Oh, man. BYUN is all over it, cleanses the worker line. Yes, he gets held eventually, but that was a fantastic amount of damage. BYUN has a 4th base building on location, and any trade like this that's relatively even is very good for BYUN. He's now leading by 20 workers. That means that 4th base will instantly saturate the moment that finishes. I don't know why Clem went 4 Ravens. 4 Ravens seems really silly, and only like 13 SCV kills was not that many. Oh, nice catch here by Clem. The non-stim Marines doing not too bad. Still have 1-1 upgrades. That drop continues in towards the main. BYUN's like, yeah, you think you stopped this? No, you didn't. No, you didn't, mate. And he just continues on in towards the main. He says, I have stim, you don't. This is way more mobile and more damage output than you have. I like the Liberator in the main base. That's cute. Going to take out a couple of SCVs. The Marine drop in the main does get shot down by unupgraded Marines, which is fantastic. Non-stim Marines for the win. BYUN's Marine unable to juke the Liberator there. Still no 4th command center. There we go. It's just starting up now for Clem. Clem's going to send another Liberator down the right side. That Liberator sieges, unsieges. Liberator running in the front. BYUN's going to go for a triple Marine drop down the left, trying to deny the 4th base. Liberator flies in on a bit of an awkward angle, kind of gives away its position. SCVs pull Marines. Going to get underneath it. So in this scenario, a lot of Terrans like to swap to a sort of mech style, where they go very focused on tank production, Viking production, 2 factories, and 2 starports. Because the second factory is quite late, it's going to be difficult for Clem to do it. He does have double the siege tank count, and he's not that far behind on Marines. It's just that the infrastructure is scaling so well for BYUN that Clem, I mean, he's going to have a decent maxed out timing. He's got stim and shields. His 2-2's about halfway done. Yeah, it's just, it's still a little fragile for him. And worker-wise, it's just so bad. He is building more SCVs. He's got the 4th base coming up. There's chances for Clem to bring it back in this. But definitely BYUN could build mass command center. 2nd factory's coming down. 5th barracks goes onto the reactor. Cleaning up a depot there is Clem. Clem's going to try and chase off this triple Marine drop. Oh, I like the double drop in the main. Nice moves by Clem. All right. Clem might only be at 60 workers in this game, but he's up 15 army supply. Still pumping out units. He actually kills one of the starports. Actually, it's the only starport of BYUN. Saves the Marines, gets out of there, but BYUN shoving down the bottom, and Clem does not know about it. Oh, Clem grabbing his whole army. We know Clem likes to attack, but look at that. He's got a double drop in there. Oh me, oh my. BYUN's going to take out the 4th base of Clem. Clem does get defended over at BYUN's 3rd. He's going to pull that one back. Here we go. Clem shoving in with his own Marine tank. Triple drop diving the main at the same time. Oh, stuff's hitting the fan right now. Clem, if he stims those Marines, he might be able to take it down, but he's a little slow to react. He's pulling the SCVs. He's trying to defend. If he can hold this triple drop, he might have it. He's going to try and bust through BYUN's ramp at the same time. Liberators will start breaking through there, but the tanks get cleaned up, and Clem's production gets cleaned out. Marine tank does start to breach into BYUN's base. BYUN is losing all of this as well. Both sides are losing everything. Clem is up in overall army supply right now. Oh, but these units popping out are doing nothing. I do like that he's floating some buildings away. It's very important he gets something to the dead space, because remember, there's no starport and no Vikings. There's no way for BYUN to hunt down buildings in the dead space. Clem is smashing through this crazy SCV count that BYUN had. Unit count is very even right now. Very close on the Marines. 45 versus 46. 5 tanks versus 4 tanks. Clem does get to the dead space, but only after losing 1 command center. Might lose a 2nd one as well. Gets a few SCVs out, which is very cute. 3-3 is not going to finish for either side, I don't think. Looks like +3 armor might finish for BYUN. You should definitely hang around and kill your opponent's stuff. Oh, wow. BYUN just focused down a siege tank and a Viking with those 2 Marines that popped out. Really good move. 17 SCVs and having the 2 Libs and the 2 Vikings is going to be really big. On the other hand, 5 medevacs for BYUN will allow him a lot more freedom with healing up his units. BYUN has 3 SCVs, so he also has enough money to rebuild command centers. Those SCVs just hanging out next to each other for now. Oh, these SCVs in the open. Oh no, that's a lot of hit points that he could have used in a battle. BYUN says, dude, you can't leave any freebies hanging out. Nuh-uh. Big mistake for Clem there. Big mistake. Still got a few Marines peppered around as well.
Base is under
Command
attack.
center that floated over to this side. Depot's getting cleaned up. Poof. Oh, he catches the orbital. That's cute. Clem can at least clean the orbital up. And the +3 armor did get denied, by the way. Oh, Clem's going to lose a full medevac. No! So bad for him. Every set of units is sacred. He goes from being up 1 Marine to down 3. And he's got 2 Marines still stationed out on the map. Both sides now down to 3 SCVs. Imagine if Clem kept those 17 workers alive. He's so far ahead right now. Because he's got 2 orbitals versus 1 command center. They're both supply blocked. He could have 17 SCVs working. Clem would have had this game in the bag. Because you're very similar army supplies. Whoever feels more pressured to attack is losing this game. Clem also lost one of his medevacs. He's only got 1 medevac to heal up all these Marines. Whew. I like that Clem's scouting with Vikings right now. It's a good choice. Oh, he's going to lose them both, though. Goes way too deep there. And he's going to lose a command center up there. You're kidding me. He just lost both Vikings. Now he loses the command center, and he can't even hunt it down? Oh, BYUN is all over him. This is just a different level of confidence. And I told you the series started really rough for Clem. You can tell that BYUN has the mental edge. He's kind of like, he's beaten Clem a lot more than Clem's beaten him. And there seems to be this deep, unshakable faith in that if BYUN just plays StarCraft, he'll win. Clem, on the other hand, he kind of feels like he has to do something special. Doesn't feel like he's in his comfort zone in this series versus BYUN. Still very close armies, but yeah, basically you just got to drop mules, build SCVs, drop mules, build SCVs, right? And then whoever can start building workers is going to be good. BYUN got a depot still alive, though. Clem kind of left there. Clem also's got like the low ground disadvantage. I like the way BYUN's trying to distract him to the left so he can just stim in and kill the base. But the tanks are covering it decently. Oh, he's going for it. BYUN's going for it, guys. The Marines aren't stimming. Clem was not watching. Oh, he just got minced. Oh, he got minced. A lot of his units moved out to the left. They weren't in position, and BYUN just stomps on him. Holy shizzle fizz, man. That was deadly. Pretty similar army counts. 4 tanks, 44 Marines. Similar upgrades. And just very nice angling. Clem's coming around with a pack of Marines there, and BYUN's like, lol, you're out of position. And these Marines just don't stim. They just kind of stand there. The Libs try to siege. The Libs aren't sieging. The Marines aren't stimming to the last second. Whew. GG, well played. Alright guys, let's go. We've got BYUN in the top right side of the map, representing Shopify Rebellion and looking like a beast. Clem in the bottom left. Clem's going to go 2 Rex Reaper at home. I think a good idea to just do something that can get you some momentum and control. I think there was an amazing comment in chat. Someone said, this matchup feels like Clem playing against, himself. It's a stylistic mirror. It's an anime episode where he has to fight his stronger clone. I think Orc Force 4 said that. And I love it. I absolutely love that description of this matchup because Clem his strengths are his micro, his speed, and his aggression. Turns out BYUN's very good at those things as well. And it's kind of weird because it feels like it's just hard for him to get in his rhythm. And I've always said Clem's the sort of player where it's all about him getting in his rhythm and teeing off on his opponent. And I liken him to a Max Holloway in MMA. He's so good at just flowing aggressively. When he's in control of the match, he looks like a god. He looks unstoppable. But he's just not as solid on the defense or when his opponent forces him into a position where he doesn't necessarily want to be. Still very, very good, but the best in the world find a way to just kind of expose those slight weaknesses. And they're not big weaknesses. But I feel like here you've also got an experience differential between Clem and BYUN, right? You've got BYUN is just more experienced. He's been at it for longer. And I think as someone who's had the advantage in their head-to-head, he kind of just has that old man, I'm not going to let the young gun get one over on me. Clem's coming in, though, trying to put on the aggression. Should be able to get that SCV for sure. He's going to trade Reaper for Reaper. He's not going to be able to get the SCV. He's going to lose that. Oh, no. Oh, Clem, put it away, mate. He's going to try and get a bit of free damage on the Hellion, but he's got to leave. Doesn't really work out there for Clem. I mean, check that out, guys. Beyond scouts, he sees he's walled off. Super safe command center on the high ground. Fantastic play. Question is, which one is the evil twin out of these two? I mean, BYUN's the people's champion. Clem is the beget lord of France. Feel like he's having a rough series so far. Then again, there's basically two guys that don't have rough series against BYUN and TvT. Their names are Maru and TY. So even Cure, I think, really struggles with BYUN most of the time. I'd have to check their head-to-head. That's obviously the impression of whatever few series I've seen. For now, it's a bit of a standoff. Whoever decides to get aggressive and run up the ramp loses, guys. They don't know the other one's there. But whoever gets impatient and pokes forward first is going to take the first volley from the opponent and lose. Some would call this a Mexican standoff, but right now it's a Korean-French standoff. The Maginot line here. And, okay. He sends forward, uh-oh. Michel. And, oh, Michelle doesn't even scout. Oh, get out of there. Get out of there, Clem. You're losing this fight. Oh, the Hellion splash was brutal. 7 Reapers and 2 Hellions for 4 and 1. BYUN just got the flamethrower shots of all time. That man just committed war crimes. He just lit them up with a flamethrower. That was bloody deadly. Cyclone does come out, gets one back for Clem. Does take out a Hellion. Whew. Man, BYUN is the master winning these earlier trades. It was Clem that got impatient first and went for it. We keep talking about how BYUN's kind of waiting for him to make mistakes, and then after he gives up the momentum, that's when BYUN pounces across the map. Oh, man. He can't take this trade. He's got to mass repair the Cyclone. Or get to the high ground. Either way works. I think he should start repairing that Cyclone. BYUN's going to try and bait it out. Notice BYUN's not using his lock-on. He's just using his auto attack. Gets a tick off on the Raven and then does pull back. Good play by BYUN. He's got 2 Ravens going forwards. BYUN's going to pull the starport off the reactor, swap that barracks around. And once again, 3... Look at this. 3rd command center on location, straight into 3 barracks. This is a player who is in complete control of the game. He feels no fear. This is what happens when you're losing in a StarCraft series, is your opponent, if they're a really high-level player, they start to do things they shouldn't be able to get away with. And this is why pros are so brutal. Because they get an edge, and they're like, oh, I can take my 3rd on location now. Oh, sweet. I can just, like, start cutting all these corners. Like, I'm just going to be ahead on the next step. Try to set up an ambush in the map as well, so if you do venture out, you're once again going to throw away a pack of units. BYUN with a beautiful follow-up to this nice early game. Clem, on the other hand, he's up to 3 racks as well. His engineering bay is a little later. He does already have his 3rd command center up earlier, so his work account's nice, but he's down a Raven, and that can be very painful when your opponent is going to have a much quicker amount of barracks production than you. All right, Marine runs in, does find that SCV on the 3rd. This is the reason why you don't want to build it on the 3rd, because it can get punished pretty hard. I've had games where I built it on location and a Hellion came in twice to kill the SCV, and when you've got to send another SCV all the way from your natural, it really sucks. In this case, his main and natural were already saturated, so BYUN already had new SCVs rallied over here. Not a big deal. But when you're building that command center a bit earlier, it really hurts. 1-1 is about 30 seconds behind for Clem. 30 seconds ahead for BYUN is another way of saying that. Let's focus on the positives, guys. Wouldn't that be funny if I'm like casting for an event and like, Pig, we don't like that you say this player's behind. We'd rather you use positive language and we'd like to say the player is ahead, okay? Ah, what a fun universe that would be in. Unfortunately, no. Most people we work with are pretty cool. Cyclone does pick off the SCV and gets out. Nice move. Oh, tank on the high ground. Barely clips him. BYUN does lose that Cyclone. I mean, Clem's supply looks great. Even after these early trades sucking for him, it's like, hey, at the end of the day, you kill the Cyclone. That closes the gap a little bit. You're only down a couple of workers. Are we down in Marines? He's equal in Marines. His 4th and 5th barracks are a little later, but not by that much. Like, they've finished, and the reactors have just finished. So, hey, you're 36 seconds behind on some reactors. It's not the end of the world, man. Oh, I like BYUN's map vision, guys. Depot spotter on the top left, ring of Marines here. The only opening is the natural right now, going around the far right side of the map. Clem has a slightly more defensive ring, which befits his position as the player who's just a little behind in this game. Second factory is on the way for Clem a little bit earlier. BYUN hasn't done that yet. Both players are exactly even on supply. Both with supply capped on 133. Oh, gotta be careful with these marinas. Stimming shields is done for both sides. Clem is not stimming here. He's trying to be very patient. Oh, those matrixes are pretty deadly. But the tank shots actually answer. Even though... Oh, that's a good matrix though. But there's another tank behind it. So Clem's fine. That was a good hold. That was a really good hold. Yes, he lost some tanks. But he killed a lot of Marines. And he avoided disaster. Oh, geez. Oh, where did that come from? All right, matrix. And he should be able to clean it up now. Good defense here by Clem. Double drop's going to move in. Clem. Oh, BYUN's going to try and push the front. I think Clem's doing a pretty good job of reinforcing. He's just got to stay calm. If he can just show his inner Maru right now, he can come out on top of these trades. Raven flies on top. It gets focused down. This drop gets cleaned up. 10 SCVs. Losing that sucks. It's not the end of the world. He's stabilizing. He's got a 4th command center building in the main base. 4th is on location and further ahead for BYUN, but not by that much. BYUN's 2-2 started, plus 2 starts, just a little behind. I would like to see Clem build some turrets, though. Oh, he sees it. He sees it. He does see the medevacs up there. Does he notice it, though? Yeah, he sends a Viking and a pack of Marines to make sure he's going to move over here, of course. Make sure that doesn't cross over. BYUN noticed that he got spotted, though. That's the thing where if you're not at this level or if you're not noticing, paying attention, you continue with that drop along the left right now, it gets shot down. He's actually... Yeah. All right, second factory very much later here for BYUN. But notice Clem doesn't really have the gas to build with his anyway. Oh, the Matrix trapping 8 Marines in a medevac there. Good catch by BYUN. I love the way these guys use Matrix to stop the players escaping. Really cool move. I like the chat's correcting me. The second factory is ahead for Clem Pig. Hello? Stop being so negative. Oh my god. He is into double tank production, so he's actually tied up the tank count despite losing 3 of them versus only 1 going down on BYUN's side. Double drop on the left, tank pack push moving down the right. Sensor tower is good here, but it doesn't give you that much warning of what's going on. Most of Clem's army is on the top left. This push could hit like a brick poop house. That's my way of censoring my language on that one. Tanks and Marines moving back. This building placement's a bit awkward for Clem, but I think it's also hard for BYUN to get beyond those buildings. Tanks will defend. Here we go. Oh, beautiful Matrix. Nice run on the command center, but it's going to go down. As long as you save the workers, it's not necessarily the end of the world, but damn, these drops getting in around the edges. BYUN using his movement so well. Oh, the main base is still going. Clem did not leave enough units to deal with that. Oh, that's a problem. He's so focused on the front. Okay, BYUN is just looking exceptional. I like this counterattack. I don't know if it's going to work, though. BYUN realizes it's happening. He's gathering his own units at home to help defend. He's shoving in. There's a few tanks there, but you're going to lose control of this base. The 4th base needs to be mass repaired right now. Clem a little too slow on the mass repair. It goes down. Oh, he's trying to push towards BYUN's 3rd, but BYUN has just checkmated him, hasn't he? BYUN pulls the Marines here. Even if BYUN doesn't win this fight, if he gets rid of the tanks, that is enough, and he gets rid of a few of them. Decent fight for Clem, actually. Takes a pretty darn good one. Tanks are sieging Clem. Clem's still got his production up, but next to no resources mining and no gas. He's going to hide some SCVs across the map. BYUN still has 3 bases mining, including a fresh one on the right, and all of his production intact. He's also moving in range of the natural. Clem cannot do anything about this. BYUN is too good. He's all over it. The movement was fantastic. Like I said, if Clem just knuckled down on his Maru-esque play and went mega turtle mode, I think he could have come out on top. But he needed to switch gears, and I don't know if Clem has that gear on his bike. I think if you look down, he says, oh, this is a brand new bike, really good, 20 gears. Every bike says attack, and they're just different versions of attacking. BYUN knew this. BYUN put him on the defense here in the later stage, just kept throwing waves at him. Clem wanted to move back out and reassert control over the map, but he never got a chance to. And by denying him that opportunity, BYUN was able to really take Clem out of his element. I mean, it was all off the back of win an early trade and then never let Clem be the aggressor from then on. Beautiful play by BYUN, and he just rolls through Clem with a very, very confident and dominant 4-1. BYUN molds himself to his opponent, and he really showed a different flavor of TvT to what he shows against other players. Really well played.